So I want to wash my car this morning. It's Saturday morning. I want to go out there. I want to take care of business. But I don't want to take out the 3100 PSI Ryobi gas-powered power washer. It's heavy, it's clunky. I don't know if I have gas for it. I don't want to pull start it and break my knuckles. So what do I do? I want to find something that's convenient, something that's inexpensive, something that runs off electric, something that's not like crazy PSI or 2 to 3 gallons per minute. You know, do you really even need that to wash a car? You probably don't. So I went out and I did a little search to find something a little bit more convenient and quieter, right? Because you want your car washing experience to be pleasant. You don't want to have that noise in the back of your head, that drone. And even when you're not using the wand, it's constantly running. Your neighbors are getting all pissed off at you. So what do? I found this. The Ryobi 1800 PSI, 1.2 gallon per minute, small, convenient power washer. So is it good? Is it gonna do the job? Is it gonna wash my car? And I'm not gonna use the wand that's with it. Just right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna use the wand that's with it. The hose will be a Ryobi hose. It'll be from the gas-powered one, so that'll be the same. But I wanna use a different trigger. But let's see if this little unit is gonna be up to the challenge. Let's see if we can get it to do what I want it to do. Will it create the suds that I want, even at 1.2 gallons per minute? I don't know, let's see. But I'd like to have something that's readily available, something that you could buy at any Home Depot and pick it up. Let's cut the BS. Let's open this box up. I'm gonna organize it and we're gonna go out there and try it. I am going to open this up with you because I know some of you like the unboxing experience. So let's just quickly open this up and find out what's included. Pretty much tells you on the box what's included. It's going to be the power washer itself, a handle that you can bolt on to the top of it so it's easy to carry. It's got a hose on it. It's got a soap applicator, it's called. It's not a snow foam cannon. So it's gonna give you some suds and stuff like that. And there's other videos, I'll link it to this video also, that show you that in action. But I'm not gonna use that. I'm not interested in that foam cannon. Maybe someday I will be, I'm not quite sure, but I'm not, at this point, I just wanna use my foam cannon, my nozzle, my short nubby nozzle. Instructions, this is the applicator I'm talking about. So, and this doesn't have a normal connection on it. This has to go onto their wand. So the wand that they give you, right? The Ryobi wand, which is kind of hefty. It's not bad. It's got the hose that attaches to in front of the trigger, right? So I know the professional ones are more out of the bottom, so they're kind of out of the way. The hose is out of the way. And this has to attach to. So that's it, right? So, but it has to go onto this wand, right? So if you want to use this, you got to use their wand. I'm not interested in either. So it's got this tiny, wow, tiny water hose, 2000 PSI, right? Because the unit's 1800 PSI. This does not have to be crazy in terms of PSI, but this is 200 PSI, 138 bar. Keep away from hot surfaces. What does it say here? It doesn't even say like how long this is. It's probably a 20 footer. But yeah, man, that is a tiny hose. But yeah, this is bare bone, right? Real simple, cost effective. That's why they put it in the box. Not using that. All right. The good thing about this is it does have like a standard 1/4 inch connector, so you can put a different, you know, you put your standard nozzles on it. You can put all that kind of good stuff on it. But here's the meat and potatoes, right? This is the unit. Man, this this thing is so light. This is pretty cool. So yeah, so it runs on electricity, right? Just plug it into your outlet. I don't know what the draw is. It's probably close to like 16 amps. 12 to 16 amps, somewhere around there. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be popping any breakers here, but it's super convenient. It comes with one nozzle, it looks like. Actually, it comes with a turbo nozzle also, which is cool. That's convenient. I am gonna put the handle on it because I think that's gonna be super convenient also. So you can kind of move it around, makes it even easier. And the other thing I like about this too, by the way, this nozzle is a 15 degree 1.7. That's what it comes with here, right? So not gonna use that either. So it comes with a turbo nozzle and a 15 degree 1.7 orifice, right? And it's got two little spots to hold your nozzles. But I have other nozzles here that I could use that I'm gonna take from my other unit that's actually on the gun itself. But, and I'll put that here too for convenience. On-off button, handle goes here. I'll put that on and I'll show you what that looks like. Two nozzle holders. And the awesome thing about this is that, I don't know if you see that, the hose connects here and exits here, right? This is where your connection for the power washer hose is gonna be. So it's all in line. You don't have to worry about like both of them on one side and then having to drag the unit around, all that kind of stuff, because that does get in the way, believe it or not. If you've done power washing before, you know that if the hose, the supply line and the wand line is in the same side on the back side of the power washer, it kind of kinks up, it gets in the way, it's just a pain in the butt. But this isn't. So starting instructions, they get 7 steps right here. Install the water hose, install the wand hose, connect the wand hose to the wand, open up your water faucet, make sure you got a steady flow for like 30 seconds to get any air out of it, just purge it, plug it in, and then just turn this on. It's an on-off button. That's it. Real simple. 1800 PSI, you're not gonna do any damage to the vehicle or anything. 1.2 gallons per minute. I know a lot of detailers say, oh, you gotta have 2.0 or 2 plus gallons per minute in order to be effective. Yes and no. I mean, like I said before, I know professional detailers that use 1.2, 1.5, 1. Like somewhere around there, and they're totally satisfied with it. Because keep in mind, if you got a mobile detailing business and you have a tank of water in your truck and you're pulling out of that and you're pulling 2 gallons a minute instead of 1.2 gallons a minute, just for the sake of having more water, then you're going through a lot more water out of your tank. Now for me, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be hooking up to my water hose, my sink that's in the garage, and I'm gonna be using it right outside in the driveway. But if you're a mobile detailer, I could definitely see how you could do more cars with a smaller unit like this with less output. So as long as you could rinse the car off and it gets the soap off, I mean, how difficult is that? So I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna put this handle on here right now. All right, so when it's plugged in, there's a green light on this, so you know it's working. There is a test button, so you can turn it off, so you know that this GFI still works, and turn it back on. That's how that works. It's real easy. I got this on a GFI also in the garage, so let's see if that works first. Okay. Honestly, a lot of the soaps nowadays do a lot of the work. So like I'm going to use a Built Hammer soap, which is a very high pH soap to clean off salts and stuff like that. So, you got to use the technology that's out there, not the pressure of the pressure washer to remove everything off the car, right? Because if you're doing that, you could cause damage on the car also. But in terms of like water flow, there's plenty of water. It's not loud. I mean, it really isn't that loud at all. It's very easy to move around, to be quite honest. All right, so what I'm anxious to do is to try the foam cannon. All right, got my soap on the side here with the grit guard. Yeah, this thing's not loud at all. It's nice. So, put it in a little convenient holder, which is nice. And then install a foam cannon. This is the MJJC version 3. And I have the built, I don't think I've ever used built hammer in a snow foam cannon before, but you can. So we're gonna try it. Whoa. Okay. Excellent. I like it. I like the consistency. Well, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Kind of running out, so I want to get the other side. Then I'm going to let it dwell. Then I'm going to power wash it off. I put 2 ounces of built hammer into this foam cannon, just to give you a reference point. 2 ounces, the rest of it water. I left a little bit of room for air. I'll let that dwell. The other good thing too is when I'm switching to nozzles and stuff like that, this thing is off. It's not running, so I don't have to worry about like, I mean, the moment I turn it on, actually, that's not bad. I mean, it's definitely a smaller pattern, right? It's the 15 degree. So maybe it'll work. I don't know. Maybe it's a more concentrated fan and it'll work for this. Definitely a little bit more powerful in terms of pressure. Not bad. I mean, it's like a water hose on steroids. You know what's funny? When I'm on the other side of the car, I don't even hear the power washer. All right, real quick conclusions. Will this replace the 3100 PSI 2.5 gallon per minute power washer, gas power washer for around the house? No, I don't think so. I mean, to be quite honest, you need that PSI, you need a little bit more pressure to be able to go longer distances, to be able to, remove mold and mildew and algae away from the house. So this might do some of it, but it's not going to replace it all 100%. But for using it for the car and the convenience of just pulling it out and plugging it in and just basically using it and not having all that droning noise in the background, yeah, I think this is a win. 1800 PSI, 1.2 gallons per minute, Ryobi. Go out and buy it at your local Home Depot. Talk to you later. Peace. One more quick thing. If you're the 20th person to comment down below, you'll get a free Yamatic pressure washer hose. 20-footer Yamatic pressure washer hose. It's a 1/4 inch, 37 PSI, 255 bar max. 140 degree. It's a pretty good unit, right? It's a pretty good pressure hose. So 20th comment, you get this. Good luck. Talk to you later.